The 7 pillars of green beauty. Non-toxic skincare. Is that even a thing? This is a very new addition to the pillars list. Current fashionable one, absolutely driven by the marketing teams. Technically, the claim is, if you're saying you're non-toxic skincare, that you don't include any ingredients that have ever had any studies or any controversy regarding them being endocrine disruptors, neuro disruptors, likely to cause cancer, all the nasty list that they're saying they don't use any of those. Okay, so things like lead in lipsticks or phalates that are in lots of nail varnishes or hair straightening products. If you go onto the EWG database, the EWG is entirely about this toxicity to body, taking ingredients and looking at toxicities. You've got to remember though, where there is a medical study saying that there is a likely risk of this, there will always be a medical study saying that there is not. And who knows, with all those medical studies, who funds it, who pays for it, but there will always be both sides. And even beyond that, is it really a fair term? Non-toxic. All of you will have a friend who is highly allergic to nuts. Now, in skincare, nuts, any nut oils would not be classed as toxic ingredients, but to someone that's highly allergic to nuts, they could be death level toxic. Like oxygen and water in the wrong dose are toxic. So we have to be really careful of this word toxic and what it means. Like, it's an implication that people are walking into beauty halls, and if they're buying the brands that are not non-toxic, that they're like falling down dead from toxic shock. Like, there are very few reports of any beauty bottles ever doing that. The flip side is, if you're drip feeding yourself the 60 odd ingredients that are in the bottles and you use 15 bottles a day, who knows what you are doing for the long term, and that's where it becomes a very personal decision, and you know which side I sit on. But this word non-toxic, my biggest bugbear with it is that the green industry is almost like totally discrediting itself. When the mainstream argues against green beauty and says, you are making up things and you're not using scientific evidence, like non-toxic is the first thing on their list, because it's so shocking the use of the word toxic. Clearly they're going to refute it because it's just not true. Like, you're not falling down dead from the other skincare, what happens over 50 years, hey, but it's discrediting. And for me, it would be one of the 7 green pillars that I would do away with, because I think it's going to cause more trouble than it's worth.